Hi everyone, this is Laura at Lyme & Joy. Today I'm going to go ahead and close out the month of September, so let's get into it. Welcome, I'm Laura from Lyme & Joy. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a wife, a medical coder, and a mom of 6, and I'm on a journey to become debt-free and break generational cycles of debt so the next generation can live and give like they were meant to. So if I interest you, then I'd love for you to be a part of this Lyme & Joy community. Hit the subscribe button so you can see my videos that come out every Monday and Friday that will hopefully encourage you and help you stay on the path of budgeting and success. As well as hit that like button so others can find this video a little more easily and hopefully will find encouragement as well. Okay, so before we jump into this closeout, I just want to give you a really quick quote from a book that I'm obsessed about. If you saw my last video, you know I'm on this journey of this book and I've been loving it, and so I would be amiss if I can't share this quickly with you since I feel like it relates a lot to our closeout. Closing out your budget is such a reflection of just where you've been, how it's gone, and helps you kind of have a mindset going into the next month of what you need to do become a little bit more successful every month. Okay, so we're gonna read about two gentlemen. One is Jermasky. He was a multi-millionaire real estate developer, and Livermore, who was a billionaire. Okay, it says right here, just a real quick couple sentences. The timing was different, but Jermasky and Livermore shared a character trait. They were both very good at getting wealthy, but they were equally bad at staying wealthy. Even if wealthy is not a word you'd apply to yourself, the lessons from the observation applies to everyone at all income levels. Getting money is one thing, but keeping it is another. All right, you hear that? Getting money is one thing, but keeping it is another. This is powerful. I think a takeaway that we should have is that the reason we do closeouts, the reason we do budgets is so that we can figure out where our money is coming from, where it's gone to, and how to do better every single month. So closeouts are important. All right, let's get into this. So for anybody who's new to my channel and hasn't seen me do a closeout before, I start with where I started at the beginning of the month. So at the beginning of the month, I do a monthly budget, and that's where we're gonna start right now. This monthly budget has every single bill that I pay in the month. These are auto-paid out of my checking account. And then I go ahead and I budget all the other money, like my debt snowball, and my cash envelopes, my sinking funds, which are short-term savings things, and then my long-term and extra monies on the side there, giving myself a whole month zero-based budget for the month. So once that's planned out, now at the closeout, I go straight back to my monthly budget, and I'm gonna actually put in the numbers of everything, how it was, and see any of my highs and lows and my mishaps so that I can make a better plan or change my habits for the next month, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. Let me grab a pen here. Go over our actual income. So my income was projected to be $10,500. I am always doing side hustles and things on the side to earn extra income, and my husband's pay went up just a little bit. So our new monthly income, or the income for this month, I should say, is going to actually be $11,700. And for those of you out there who were like me just 10 years ago, where I only made $40,000 a year and it was more like $2,000 or $3,000 a month, please don't feel discouraged in any mean. It's not the amount of money that is here. It is going to be how you budget it. So if yours is a different number here, put in whatever number it is. It doesn't matter how much, it matters how disciplined you are with your budget. And like I said in my last video, you can make $80,000 a year and save $5,000, or you can make $40,000 a year and save $10,000. Guess who has more money at the end? The person making, half of what the other person made. So it's really about budgeting and self-discipline, not so much about the money, which is what the quote I just read to you from the book was so powerful. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into this. And I just, up here you can't see, but I have my computer pulled up. I'm just going straight off of my bank account and going down. So my tithing, I actually did 1,040. So because I got a little extra money, I had tithed a little bit extra. So the difference is I went over So we'll do over with the red here. I went over $40. Okay. Put that off right there. The next is gasoline. And I go ahead, let me show you here. And every week, instead of writing down every single expense, I like to look at my bank. I feel like for me, it's redundant to take the same numbers from the bank and write them down. So instead, I don't do that. I just, at the end of the week, so on 9/9, I went ahead and added up all my groceries, all my gasoline, and everything extra that I spent, and I put it right here. And I do that every week. I can see where my money spent on the screen. So any groceries here, any gasoline, or anything else that was extra that I shouldn't have done, then it goes here, any unexpected expenses, okay? So it looks like we need to add up how much groceries we spent for the whole month. So let's do that first. So I'm going to take the 108 from the first week, 424 from the second week, 352 from the third week, and I'm at 72 so far this week. I do have a couple days left, but I don't plan to go grocery shopping anymore, and I filled up both my gas tanks, so I'm good there. Okay. So the total was, we spent, let's see here, we have groceries, and I went ahead and we spent $956. Now let's go ahead and do gasoline. Looks like 319 from the first week, 150 from the second, 139 from the third, and 150 for the last week, totaling $758. And then extra things that popped up, which we'll discuss, but I went ahead and spent $93. There was a Costco renewal. My car battery broke, and so that cost a bunch of money. We had to get new spark plugs. There was the whole thing. So $414. Okay. And some of that, I did have extra money set aside for my car maintenance, which was wonderful, but it did go over a little bit, and that's why some of these expenses are here. All right, so we're going to take that and put that right in here. Gasoline, like I just said, we spent $758. Let's put that right here. $758, making it an overage of $8. Next, we did groceries for $956, which is absolutely great because technically I saved, what, $4? So I had $4 in money leftovers there in the allotted. And this is really an encouragement for me as I reflect on this month, because if you remember my last month, I don't know if you do, but if you do, I was over on groceries by $375, or no, excuse me, $284. So I completely overspent. I had budgeted $1,000, and let me see if I can find it here. But I spent $1,284. And so last month on my reflection page, I made sure to say, you know what, I need to be careful and do better on my spending there for my groceries, and I did, so that's exciting. My mortgage, I was $24.50, so that's the same. Dyslexia school, okay, I allotted for $795, and it was actually, let's see here, it was $725 for the schooling and $70 extra, so yeah, it was $795. So we were spot on there. Next, the cable was actually $75, and so that is an overage of $5. So I'm gonna have to change that amount. I wanna go ahead and change anything I wanna change, I'm gonna put here so that when I create my new budget for the month of October, I will change the amounts that I put into this section so that it's better accounted for going forward. Next, I have subscriptions, and that totaled $78, giving me an overage of $2. But I will keep that amount the same. Illuminations, which is a Bible translation subscription, it was $35, so that was spot on. My phone bill ended up to be $267, giving me what? Minus $33 in overage. And I don't know, it's gone up and down the last few months, so I'm just gonna keep it at the 300. I don't want to go ahead and mess with it. It's been strange, so we'll just keep it there. You know, I don't know. All right, so the electric Capital One is actually $260. So it's gonna give me an overage of, an overage extra 60 that we had to take from. Next, I have my Citizen Pay Vivint security system, which was $104. That's what I'm showing here. So it was just $1 over. Next, I have my ECU credit card, and that was indeed just $200. So that's good. My car payment was indeed $313, so that's good. My car insurance is on $260, so that was perfect too, and that's on my city card. So for those of you that don't know, any credit card that I've paid off, instead of just closing, I actually put it away in my safe so I have no access to it, and I put, you know, bills, reoccurring bills on it. So my car insurance is one of them on my city credit card. And what happens is, on the beginning of the month, my credit card is charged by my car insurance company, and then a week later it's paid off by auto bill pay. So that's what this is, and I do that because it builds my credit, and I don't accrue any interest because it's paid off within the same month. So if you have the self-discipline to do that, it works. If you don't, you know, then cut up those credit cards. I'm sure Dave Ramsey would not approve, but this is what works for me. Home Depot, I have set at 100, and indeed it's 100. My Kohl's credit card was actually not 50, it was 91. So I have to like go on there and figure out why it's varying so much, because that was, it's supposed to take out the minimum, so of course that's like way over. So I need to go check that one out, but so yeah, it's over, let's see here, $41. So I will change this amount. I think I'll set it to 100, so I'm safe next time. Okay, my solar was 165. Perfect. The car wash that I have for my cars, it was indeed 32. So that's good. My Gab phone for my kiddo is 40. Again, just been loving that. Honestly, if you don't ever heard of it, I explained it last time, but it's a phone that has no internet, but looks like a smartphone, talks, text, all of that, even kid-friendly music on there. My son's almost 14, and it looks like everybody else's, and so it's great, but it has no internet, so I feel super safe about it. Love it. I've loved it every moment. I will put something up here a little bit about it so you can see. Pest control was 40, so that's good there. And my easy loan was 115. That's good. My Sally Mae was 250, so we're good there. Amazon was actually, let me look through here. Yeah, it was actually 150. So I don't know if I just made a mistake last time or whatnot, but it was way more. So we're gonna go ahead and put it over 100 here, and we are going to change the total to 150 over here. My trash and water was 120, perfect. BTC, which is money I donate to help combat sex trafficking. It's unfortunately prevalent in the United States and California, which is where I live. It's actually prevalent here, you know, Texas, Florida, those are like some of the main hubs. So I always want to put my money in good places like that. Banfield is for my Mr. Coda, who goes and gets preventative care. That's what the 40 is for, and it was indeed 40. And then I paid the gardener 120, and that was 120. Great, so I'm gonna add this really quickly and then give you a total. My total income was $11,700 from all those extra side hustles and pay increases, so that's awesome. My total expenses, sorry, was $8,844. So I expected $8,728, but it's actually $8,844. So my leftover right here is $28.56. Okay, so that is fantastic. Let's go ahead, and that's actually more left over than if you see than I would have had, so that's super great because of those couple different things. Alrighty. Next, we already went over my closeout expenses here, which is great, and now we're on my closeout budget. So if you've been here on my channel, you know that I do 3 cash stuffings every month. I went ahead and took those 3 cash stuffings and added them up and put them on here. So really quickly, for instance, on car maintenance is $40. That's how much money I have spent, or I put aside every month for my cash stuffings. So see, 10 from this cash stuffing, 10 from this one, and then 20 from this one. I add them all up and I put them on here. So, you know, I budgeted this at the beginning of month. I budgeted my projection of how much money I would, and as you could already see on this, my car maintenance, I said I was going to only give 30, but I gave it more, and that's because a little bit of more money came in, and I've been having some car stuff go on, so I decided I probably should put a little bit more money towards that. And that's what I did. All right, let's go ahead and just go through this really quick. We have my debt snowball. We projected to have $1,200 on my debt snowball, but it looks like I actually had $1,300. So I was over. I put an extra $100 towards my debt snowball, which I love when I see that. Extra 100, that's fantastic. On my cash envelopes, I projected $420 that's how much I planned, and I just got this number again from my monthly budget right here, how much I thought I was going to do, and I did, and I indeed just perfect, not over, not under, exactly where I was supposed to be. Nothing, right? Then for my sinking funds, because I did have a little bit of extra, if you can see, I did put a little bit more towards debt, but I also put a little bit more towards my sinking funds because I've been having some high expenses come out like we talked about, and so I kind of felt like it needed a little bit more. So let's see here. I put an extra $95 into my short-term sinking funds. And then I projected my savings challenges just to be $62, but it was way more than that from all the things. So it was super great. My long-term savings I was able to put money into, and a little bit extra on every single paycheck towards I do like scratchers at the end of my cash stuffings for things like birthdays, Christmas, things that I need to be saving for along the way. And I went way over that. So let's see. I did 747 plus 204, looks like $951. And so that is going to put me $889 over. 889 extra bucks towards that, which I just think is amazing. Was super excited. I love seeing it all green, that I went over on all those areas. Let's see, last month, if we could reflect really quickly. I was negative in one area, and the rest I had overages. So I think it's important to just kind of see how you're doing. If you need to do those more side hustles to throw some more money at your things. I would normally have put this all straight towards debt, but to be honest, I know that I'm having a magic month, so I have one more paycheck coming that I'm not putting in my normal budget. That's just going to be going towards debt, so that's why I didn't do that. So just to go over also my debt payoff for the month, let's see here. I projected $1,200 for my debt payoff journey this month, and I was able to see $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, $1,300 I was able to put towards it. which is, oops, 13, which is 100 over. So hopefully even more next month. Like I said, I have magic month. I'm going to put on October because it's like the last day of this month that I get paid this. So it actually doesn't deposit till midnight. So I get it in October, and I will be putting towards more debt payoff next time and just pushing that debt payoff journey ahead, because right now I'm projected to be paid off in August 2024. I'm working really hard to close that gap and get it paid off even quicker. And as you can see, the debt hearts for this one, there's not much left. I'm almost there. So just gonna keep pushing forward on that one. And it's been a fun journey and fun visual for me to keep going. Okay, so now let's go ahead and figure out these numbers and make sure that I did everything right and I didn't miss anything up. So my income was 11,700 was my actual income. My budgeted was 10,500. My bills that I thought were going to be 87.28, but they were actually 8,844. So my debt snowball was planned was 1,200. But was actually 1,300. My cash envelopes were planned at 420, and they were indeed 420. My sinking funds were planned at 90, but was actually 185. And then my savings challenges was 62, and it actually was 889. Let me do this math really quick. All right, zero base budget it is. I had some math mix around there, but I just put the wrong number there. Anyway, 951 is what it is. We have zero base actual budget, zero base budgeted budget, and there we go. And so I'm super excited about this month, but I'm even more excited about going into the next month. So I've closed it out. I saw my actual, I saw my budgeted, I saw the difference there. This is important for you to do. And so last month on my thoughts of how my closeout went, I went ahead and said I needed to give more money to spending variable. And I didn't do that, but I'm serious about that. I want to carry that thought forward. I've talked to my husband and we decided, let me see here, spending variable increase. Okay. I talked to him about this and where some of our gaps were in spending. So sometimes I have money allotted with cash and he'll use the card, vice versa. So I'm creating him his own little envelopes to put in his wallet so that he can have more access to that cash. You'll see that in my cash stuffing at the beginning of the month and how I'm going to do that. But I'm excited about that. I think that'll keep us better on our spending variable that's been a little bit high. And then second of all, we're doing a no spend unless budgeted. So no extra spending. So for the last 2 months, I have overspent in these areas. So here I have an extra $578 this last month that I had spent that I frankly shouldn't have. And then for the month of August, let's see here. Oh no, that was August. For the month of September, let's go to, I had an extra 414. So just not doing good in this area. So for this month, we're doing no extra spending of any kind. So if something pops up that we need to try to hustle and grind to pay for it versus spending extra. So hopefully we will prepare the best for that. And then lastly, I'm going to throw any extra income at debt. I was talking about to my husband, I think as the debt snowball is going, I want to increase our debt snowball. So instead of it being $1,200, we are increasing it because of his increase in pay to $1,400. So I'm always looking at ways to increase this. So with a little extra money that we're going to be making and a little bit extra increase in his pay, I'm excited to push that up and really get that going. If you are really new to budgeting, this whole cash envelope thing, and you just say, whoa, this is really confusing, I need to know where to start at the basics, I want you to go ahead and watch this video here that helps you start at cash stuffing at the beginning. But if you're watching this, you're saying this is great, but I need to make more money, then watch this video on how to make an extra $1,000 a month right now on a side hustle. I explain you through each and every one of them, and that video should help you tremendously. But remember to just find joy along the journey, and of course, I'll see you next time.